Welcome to Takaro, the podcast where we break down the news of today for you. I am your host, Kiran.
And I am Deepkanya. We're so excited to have you here with us, listening in again. Today's episode is going to be full of facts, full of news, lots of things happening around the world, as always.
What are we going to be talking about?
A whole lot of things that have been happening in the United States of America. But before we go there, there's a special shout out to someone. Kiran?
And indeed, there is a special shout out to a little girl from Bangalore who just loves all the facts that we keep putting out in each episode. In fact, she actually takes some of these facts, goes to school, and talks about it to all her classmates. So it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's amazing. Thank you so much for doing that. It's good to share the knowledge and it's good to get smarter together. As always, we have some nice, juicy facts in this episode too. It's all about the elections that are coming up in the United States. Some very important things that happened. Kiran, do you want to quickly explain what the US elections are about, how they work?
So, if you remember, a couple of episodes ago, we actually did an episode all about elections. The reason we're bringing it up is because there have been a few changes. Now, let's recap a little bit and remember how democracy works. People select who is going to be their leader and which group of people or political party is going to form the government. And they do this by voting in the elections. So the people of the United States are going to vote for their new president and vice president on November 5th.
Now, before every election, people who want to become the new leader of their country, they have to start campaigning. What does campaigning mean? It basically means you go around the whole country, you talk to people, you tell them about all the things that you're going to do as a leader to make life better for everyone. So they have rallies and they have road shows and they give many speeches.
And there were three important things that happened here as far as the US elections are concerned. So the first important thing, somebody shot at Donald Trump,
Oh no.
the former president of the US. Yeah, that's not very nice. Now, Trump is from a right-wing party called the Republican Party, and he was the 45th US president just before Joe Biden, who's the current president.
And Trump decided he's going to run for president again this year, which is why he was out campaigning all across the country. He was at a rally in Pennsylvania where he was talking to a big crowd of people when suddenly he was shot and hurt on his upper right ear by a man called Thomas Crooks. Now, Crooks was hiding on the roof of a building just a little distance away from where Trump was standing on the stage and giving his speech.
And the weird part is the police are still not sure why Crooks shot at Donald Trump, because this is quite a scary thing to happen. And people are asking a lot of tough questions of the United States Secret Service. Their job is to keep all presidents, current and past, safe at all times.
Let's move on to important thing number 2. Remember, we mentioned the current US president is President Joe Biden. He was also going to run for president again. It was Donald Trump versus Joe Biden. But a lot of people, including people from his own Democratic Party, were worried that Biden, who is 81 years old, is just too old to become president again.
Really? Is that too old?
I don't know, but I think a lot of people are concerned that he's just not going to be strong and healthy enough, at least not as strong as he used to be, and this could affect his ability to, be a good leader. Biden, of course, for the longest time kept insisting that he was fit to run for president again, but people didn't quite believe him.
But when you say run, we're not meaning he's physically running.
No.
When we say run for president or run for office, it basically means going to ask people to vote for him to become president. So he's not really running anywhere. It's just a word you use whenever you want to be selected to become a leader. So next time you and your classmates decide to choose a leader in class, they will have to run for that position.
This is yet another term that's used during elections, so it's good to remember. Now, important thing number 3. Now, with Biden deciding he's not going to put his name into the hat to become president again, many Democratic leaders have said that they would like the current US Vice President, Kamala Harris, to be their new presidential candidate.
Wow, this has actually got a lot of people super excited all of a sudden, right? Because this means if she wins, and it's a 50-50% chance right now, right? If she wins, the US will get its first woman president.
Isn't it incredible that the US has never ever had a female president? Did you know that Kamala Harris is the first woman, first black person, and first person from South Asia, or rather of South Asian descent, to serve as the vice president of the United States?
Wow. And she has a very strong India connection, right?
That's right. And do you want to guess what that is? I'm going to give you some options, right? So it's quiz time. What is Kamala Harris's connection to India? Option A, Kamala was born in India. B, Kamala's mother was from Chennai. C, she loves watching Bollywood movies. D, Kamala's favorite food is butter chicken.
See, this is a trick question. It's a trick question, I think, because everyone loves Bollywood movies. And butter chicken also, my God.
Yeah, true.
So maybe it was that she was born in India.
That is the wrong answer, Kiran.
No.
Yes, it's the wrong answer because Kamala was not born in India, but her mother was from Chennai. Okay, so Kamala's mother moved to America when she was very, very young, and she became a scientist, in fact, and a researcher. And then Kamala was born there. Her dad is from Jamaica, in fact, and also moved to America when he was young, and he became an economist and professor. So that is our India connection.
Awesome. So next up, we have an update on space.
Nice.
So 2 astronauts, you may have heard of them, Sunita Williams and Butch Wilmore, are stuck in space.
Gosh, sounds so scary.
Yeah, I mean, in the middle of nothing with nowhere. The American astronauts went up to space last month in Boeing's new Starliner capsule. However, they're still in the International Space Station after this Starliner spacecraft experienced trouble in the propulsion system. And the propulsion system is used to maneuver the spacecraft, to move it. And so if that doesn't work, there's no way for them to control the spacecraft. They would have actually been back weeks ago, but they've been stuck for close to 2 months now. And that was completely unplanned. So NASA and Boeing are holding a press conference to talk about this plan for their return and how they've been doing tests to ensure the safe return. In fact, I think let's keep our fingers crossed because Sunita Williams and Butch Wilmore have been there for quite some time now and way longer than they were expected to be in space. I know it sounds fun, but could be very, very scary.
Yeah. This brings us to our next quiz question. Kiran?
How do you have so many quiz questions all the time?
Because we love facts, remember?
Excellent.
Okay, so which foreign language do all astronauts have to learn? Option A, Chinese. Option B, Russian. Option C, French. Option D, Arabic.
Hindi is not an option, is it?
No, unfortunately. Not yet. Not yet.
Okay, this one I think I know it. So I'm going to go with French.
Again, Kiran, you haven't brought your A game to this episode at all.
Oh no.
The correct answer is B, Russian. All astronauts who are trained to go up into space have to know both English as well as Russian.
So it's Russian. Okay, I will make sure I remember that the next time.
And if you want to ever go up into space and become an astronaut, Kiran, you have to learn Russian. And you can do it, by the way, because did you also know, another fun fact quickly coming your way, that there is no age limit to train as an astronaut?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Isn't that cool? So people of any age can actually train to go up into space as an astronaut.
Very cool. Maybe I have to see how long it'll take. Do I have time between these episodes?
Okay, that I'll let you set your schedule for that. Before we go, here's a reminder. The opening ceremony of the Paris Olympics is on Friday, 26th July. Now,
Woohoo!
yep, I've been looking forward to this. Unfortunately, for some of our younger listeners, it might be a little late because it starts at 11 p.m. India time, but maybe you can watch it later.
But you know what's so cool about the Olympics opening ceremony this time? Usually it takes place in a stadium. But this time, the organizers decided to do something completely different. This time, the parade of the athletes, where everyone comes holding their national flags, will be held on the river in Paris.
Isn't that awesome? Can you imagine like contingents, boats of people carrying their flags, floating down the river in the middle of the city? Now, again, another quick question.
Beautiful.
Do you know what the river is called? The river in Paris? There are 4 options coming your way. River Thames, River Ganga, River Nile, and the River Seine.
Okay, my A game is back on. It is River Seine.
That is correct. It is the River Seine, and there will be 94 boats which will carry all these 10,500 athletes from all over the world down the center of Paris,
Wow.
holding up their flags.
That's pretty amazing. And here's wishing all the athletes all the very best, and special wishes for our athletes from India. Hope they bring back many, many, many medals.
Yep. Best of luck to everyone, and be sure to track what they're doing, all the different matches and games that are going to happen. There's a lot of sports coming up. Now, as always, if you have any ideas, any questions, any comments about this episode or any of the others, or if you want us to talk about something specific, then head on over to takarokids.com. Go find the fan section and become a part of our community.
And again, we would really, really love to hear from you. So give us a shout out or give us ideas, and we'll make sure that we bring it up on the next episode. And make sure you tell your parents to message us about it. Until next time, have a safe and happy week.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.